Oh my god, I just got updated. GG, I wasn't there, but feels bad, man. Patty Mac. He does qualify for the DreamHack main event. Patty Mac took down Ryan 3-1. Let's go. Oh god. Shout out to Rotterdam for covering them. I was just speaking to him. And yeah, Patty Mac, he did it. I was so scared. I was so scared after seeing him struggle in game number 1. I was like, I'm gonna turn off the stream. I'm not gonna look at it. I don't wanna get upset. But Patty Mac qualified. He made it through. Oh my god. So good. Happy days. Great start to the closed qualifiers. One of our Ducklings is through. We still have 3 more Ducklings in other regions to make it through as well. Meanwhile, we are here spawning in the top right hand corner. Oh my god, we gotta breeze through this. Spawning in the top right hand corner of Beckett Industries ALE, we have the North American Zerg player. He is red, representing Storm Gaming. It is JonSnow. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Beckett Industries ALE, representing Apprentice Esports. It is the American Zerg player going for a 12 pool. It is Antis. Let's go. Oh god, hold on. I gotta message him. I gotta message him. Oh boy, alright, here we go. As links are floating across the map, sorry, I was just messaging Patty Mac for a little bit there, but it was a 12 pool opening. The links are on the way. JonSnow, he does of course see this, he does scout it, as he does have an Overlord in the middle of the map. How is he going to respond? Boys will need to be pulled as damage has already commenced on this hatchery. And JonSnow just lets it happen. He lets it happen. The base finishes, a lot of damage is already being done. He hasn't pulled the boys yet. Lings are on the way, queens are on the way. But we're on Beckett Industries. I'm so surprised by the lack of a response. Because it's Beckett, these things get here so much faster. And the hatchery is dead, mate. It's just dead. Okay, so with the death of this hatchery, Antis, he has to be careful. So the one dangerous thing, meanwhile it's Antis, oh my god, he's getting a couple of drone kills as well. Oh my god, as one drone goes down, he goes toe to toe with these Lings. Ling speed is on the way, but it's still a far ways off. Even goes further and scouts the Bailey nest. JonSnow, he's got a lot to accomplish here. Again, the advantage that JonSnow has is gas. Because of his gas, and that is also why Antis was attacking and harassing the gas mining drones. This is so important. Ling speed is going to be a huge upgrade once it finishes. Bailey nest is going to be huge as well for JonSnow, so he's going to be rushing across the map. Meanwhile, Antis has to take this seriously. What does he need? He needs queens to wall off here. Oh my, he goes for the wall at the natural. Oh my god, oh, risky. Okay, I see you. Very risky move. So he's gonna try and wall off here at the natural with buildings and queens. Behind this, actually hasn't taken any gases yet, just relying on Lings and queens to defend. And spines. Meanwhile, JonSnow is all in. He has not made a single drone. He's making nothing but Lings. He's waiting for his hatchery to finish to continue to make Lings. These slow Lings of Antis are very important here. He sees all the Lings. He confirms the all in. Mate, you gotta wall off, buddy. Not just wall off, we need some spines. We need spines. You don't have any gas. What are you waiting for? What are you gonna do? Get some spine. There we go. Oh, he's done it, mate. Gases are finally on the way. Spine is on the way as well. Is this going to be enough? Because the Lings are here. We need. Oh no, he's forced to cancel the spine because of the positioning. Oh my god. Evo's getting low. We need to see a transfuse. There is no transfuse. Evo goes down. GG gets called though. He cannot break through, and Antis takes game number 1. Let's go. I was so shocked that JonSnow allowed that natural base to finish. Oh my god. I was like, what? Like, it's Beckett. There are maps where you can afford to let the base get a little bit low before responding, and your links can come out in time, and your queens can come out. But Beckett changes everything because of the short rush distance spike round. Like it changes everything possible. You need to take that more seriously. Pulling the boys. Again, sure, you have to rely on your drone micro, but that is something that at this level of play you have to be relatively well versed in. Because he backed off instead. GG. GG. Oh my god. Meanwhile, Funada slowly ran. Padmac did improve compared to his upper bracket failure. Yeah, I mean, you could argue. I would 100% say that in the first series that we casted with Padmac versus Maples, Padmac did underperform. It's one of those things where I saw that there were some people critical, like, yo, what? Yo, has he just not been practicing? Like, no, Padmac has been practicing. I do think that if Padmac and Maples had a rematch, I think that Padmac would definitely put up a better fight and could even take the series. But it's one of those things where it was the first series. Maybe there were some nerves involved. You know, maybe there's some bad luck because I was casting. Maybe. Oh, boy. And yeah, because of that, Padmac was able to make a comeback, and he will be in the main event. Massive shout out to him. Meanwhile, Antis, yo, people, I have an announcement to make. Antis, we thought we had a ZvZ series ahead of us. Nah, mate. Nah. Antis, so for the people who were here earlier, we posed a question, and Sugar in the chat answered. We were like, yo, does Pili Pili, is he committed to playing Zerg for the entire series? And we found out, no. In ESL Pro Tour, players are allowed to switch races in the middle of a series for each and every single game. So because of that, we do not have a ZvZ. Let's go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the American Zerg player representing Psy Storm Gaming. It is JonSnow. Currently down in this series, and the player who is up in this series is in the top left-hand corner of Romanticide LE. Oh my god, JonSnow, I guess updating Rotterdam, I guess, question mark? Question mark, I'm not too sure. But yeah, we have the American Zerg, but now Protoss representing Apprentice Esports. It is Antis. And this makes a lot of sense. If you're gonna off-race as Protoss, you better make it Romanticide. Maybe wondering, why Romanticide? There are a decent amount of Zerg players who do play Protoss on this, on the ladder, and they do enjoy themselves, you know, because there is some, can be therapeutic, I guess, as we do have a Forge expand on the way. Antis going to be looking to slow things down a little bit here. Obviously, he has the opportunity to cannon rush if he so wishes, but again, there is an Nexus at home. Like, it's not necessary. But he's doing it anyway. Now, you may be wondering, is this ultra committed? Nah, mate. This is a quote-unquote macro cannon rush. What does this mean? The goal of this cannon rush is to force a cancel on the natural base. That is it. That is all that needs to be done. We have a full wall off. We have the cannons being thrown down here. Ooh, the hatchery finishes. JonSnow does not cancel. Oh. I'm not fond of this. JonSnow, please. He checks across the map. He sees the Nexus. Oh, no. Oh, no. There we go. The spine is cancelled. JonSnow realizes that, again, this isn't like a massive commitment. He's forced to expand. And JonSnow will lose this hatchery. Oh. So again, what the Zerg player is supposed to do in this situation is you just cancel. Just cancel the hatchery and you move on with your life. You get another base, you double expand. Unfortunately, JonSnow is going to be losing a lot more than that. Solid feels bad, man. The hatchery goes down. These roaches are not going to find too much success because Antis, like, he's just macroing up at home. He's probing up. He's getting his gateways up and running. He has a cannon. I'm being a little bit dismissive of these roaches. Maybe JonSnow can make something happen with them. He needs to, though. He needs to find some value. Otherwise, he's just perpetually behind. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We do have the roaches being morphed into Ravagers. They're going to be going across the map. We'll see how much they can get done. To be fair, there are only cannons to defend. There are no gateway units whatsoever. The Cyber Core is still on the way. So because of that, these Ravagers, they can slowly get some damage done. It's possible. It's possible. Meanwhile, when you're speaking of this opener as well, like there are some players like, I know Trigger does this, Starduck does this as well. The goal of this opener, again, other than forcing a kill or a denial on the natural, is to go into Skytoss. That is the end goal. But JonSnow is here across the map with these Ravagers, and honestly, he's doing very well for himself. Forcing some cancels here and there on some cannons. Could he kill this pylon as well? Once the Stalkers come out, things are going to be a little bit more awkward. But yeah, mate, he's just rallying roaches and Ravagers. He's doing it. He's 100% doing it. Mate, I think it's just over. I was critical of the roaches, but mate, JonSnow knew exactly what he was doing. How dare I be critical or doubt him, I think is a better word for that. As the roaches and Ravagers, they do bust in through. The Stalkers finally come out, but again, 2 Stalkers, what are they really going to do against all of these roaches and Ravagers, mate? Oh my god, no, he was focusing down the gateway instead. The gateways get depowered. The boys are forced off the line. This is disastrous for Antis. GG gets called. And JonSnow takes the game. GG. Oof. I was so worried that JonSnow would be done dirty, but thankfully, he fights back. He shows, hey, he proves to us, mate, you can't just off-race and take a game off of me in a game that's this important. So, oh my god. Thankfully, JonSnow fights back. He proves that he will not be rolled over. You know, he is an old school player of the region for a reason, right? He's got a wealth of experience, a wealth of knowledge. He's a solid player, and we are tied up 1-1. GG. Alright. I love what JonSnow just said. You're gonna make Roddy think Protoss is hard. Oh my god. True. As we're diving into Oxide, what I will say is that Antis did switch back to Zerg. He is no longer playing Protoss. One and done sort of thing. Oh, JonSnow play AoE 4. He's lost. Nah, mate. We thought he was lost, but he has been found. As he's here, in the bottom left-hand corner of Oxide LE. We have the American Zerg player representing Storm Gaming. Oh my god. He's going for a 12-11. It's a 12-11. He's doing it. Let's go. We have the American Zerg player. I was in shock seeing it. Representing Storm Gaming. It is JonSnow. Not a 12 full, not a 13-12, but a 12-11. Ah, beautiful. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the American Zerg player representing Apprentice Esports. It is Antis. Oh my god. So this was a very popular build, or I don't know if I want to say popular, but it like grew in popularity at the start of the year. At the start of 2021, we saw Lambo utilize it. I believe a Laser did as well. A couple of the European Zergs. It made its way to Korea. Armani used this quite a bit and found a lot of success with it as well. This is Ultra Aggression. This almost dies immediately to pool first, but against a hatch opening, a hatch gas pool, this is pretty solid, and this can be very scary. Obviously, it's very all-in, right? We have a Bailey Nest behind this as well. We have continued gas production. It is Ultra Aggression, and this can be terrifying to me. You need to respond to this well, and a couple of boys are being pulled already. The hatchery is going to go down. The hatchery is not all you want, though. Again, you're looking to end the game. Bailey's going to be morphed in behind this. Losing the hatchery or getting a kill in the hatchery is step one, and Antis has to be willing to lose this. He cannot commit to defend this hatchery, and he knows this. He checks with his overlord, and he confirms that there is only one base. So because of this, the hatchery is going to go down. Antis is doing what he can to delay that for as long as possible, and he will actually hold on to the hatchery. I'm honestly a little bit surprised. But again, losing the hatchery is acceptable for Antis. It's not necessary for him to hold on to it. Meanwhile, we do have two spines on the way in the main base. The Banelings are being morphed in. Oh my god, how good the connection is going to be. Queen, you gotta get out of here. Oh god, don't get surrounded. The Queen does back off. Both of them do meet up on the ramp. Oh my god, but things are gonna get us surrounded, and the Banelings are waddling in! Apparently not. Banelings, please! Please! As they are trying to get in, somehow, someway, both queens survived? What? What? They're both alive! Oh my god, now the drone micro, we do have a couple of Banelings running in, but there's a spine here, and this is getting shut down. This is not enough. Antis saves both his queens, his hatchery, and maintains a drone lead. I didn't, JonSnow, please. Again, 12-11, you can achieve so much with it, but, oh god, some questionable moves, some questionable control. Like, Antis is doing so well right now. Jesus Christ. I love the way he responded as well. Like, again, you know, getting those two spines up and running, the queens on the ramp, being very conservative with his lings. JonSnow's still on one base, by the way. He still hasn't droned up. He's still committed to the all-in. He's working on a follow-up. Oh, God. We'll see, man. We'll see. If he wasn't all in before, he's all in now. The lanes are going to be running in. We do have two spines. We do have enough energy for one transfuse. Oh, wait. No, we do not have enough energy for a transfuse. He tries to connect the Banelings with the hatchery, but it doesn't go down. And that's it. That's every single Baneling. In the end, the hatchery will be focused. And now we have one base versus one base. But GG gets called because it's not going to be enough. And Antis takes the game. Oh my god. That's crazy. I have a lot of respect for Antis because he knew how to respond well to the 12-11. Damn. I have a lack of words right now. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with Antis, mate. Mate, he's popping off right now. Like, the one game that Antis lost was when he off-races Protoss. Like, who can blame him, you know? Like, I see Sugar being like, mate, he needed to get a Stargate up and running ASAP. True. But on top of that, it's like, mate, he was off-racing, you know? Like, how good even is his off-race? Meanwhile, yeah, wow. Okay. JonSnow was about to pick Protoss. I was shook, mate. I was shook. They're thinking about it. Does someone want to be Protoss? Okay, let's go. Oh, JonSnow with the angry face emote. He's upset. Here we go. I'm just looking at the chat to catch up. Yeah, it's crazy. Let's go. Game number 4. One of our players only needs one more to win this entire series. Meanwhile, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have the American Zerg player representing Psystorm Gaming, currently down 1-2. He needs one more to take this to the ace match. It is JonSnow. I was going to 19 drone link flood your Protoss. Oh. And spawning in the top right, we have maybe a Protoss, kind of, half a Protoss, but mainly a Zerg. The American Blue Zerg player representing Apprentice Esports. Your boy, your manager, your team owner is watching, papi. Can he do it? It is Antis. Oh. Here we go. This time, both players going for a hatch firsts. JonSnow calming down a little bit, I would hope. And he needs to. He needs to kind of just settle his thoughts. He needs to settle his thoughts a little bit here. Ooh, respect to the OG game time. And he goes for a hatch gas pool. All good, all good. And we'll see where this leads us. Because it's 2,000 atmospheres, of course, we could have a much more standard series ahead of us. Could even end up in Roach versus Roach. But we'll see, because there are many different facets to Zerg versus Zerg. We could see some Ling Bane all in. We could see a fast Evo chamber for +1 melee. We could see some 2-base lair shenanigans for a fast Roach attack or a Spire. Spire play, honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards that. On a map like 2,000 atmospheres, it's pretty large and you can get away with that. But we shall see what our players decide to go for. As so far, the hatcheries just finish up. We just be droning. We just be making queens and lings. It's all good. It's all pretty standard. As ling speed is on the way for both players, the real divergence really begins when it comes to the third base. 1, whether both players actually take a third base, and 2, whether one of our players becomes the aggressor and tries to deny said third base with their lings. You know, if anyone decides to skip their Bailey Nest and go straight into Roaches, of course, that's also another thing that could happen. As JonSnow decides to take the forward third. Interesting choice. It is scouted by Antis, and Antis responds by walling off, not intending to take his third, and just focus on said wall. Oh my. So 3 base versus 2 base. Now we get to theorycraft a little bit here. Again, these 2 lings are not going to do too much here. You know, they're slow. They're going to be a little bit annoying. Pull away the attention of JonSnow. Antis fully walling off with that Evo chamber and Roach Warren. I expect to see a lair pretty soon. We'll see what Antis goes for here. And immediately starts +1 range. So there we go. Lair is on the way. This is not going to be for a committed Spire play. We could still see a Spire, of course, afterwards. But to begin with, this is a much bigger commitment to Roaches. JonSnow will check the front of the wall, will confirm the tech at the wall, as well as the Evo chamber upgrading. So with this, JonSnow, he will have to, of course, or he can take full advantage of the fact that, hey, my opponent's hurling up, I can drone up pretty freely at home and kind of meet my opponent, maybe even throw down, I don't know, double Evos to catch up in upgrades or something crazy like that. As, oh my god, I didn't even notice, JonSnow went for a very fast Roach Warren of his own. Jesus Christ. I thought this man wanted to drone up. No, not at all. He stopped at 29 drones. That third base is only for larva as Roaches are on the way. And I am terrified right now. We have a third. Antis doesn't know. Oh god, he doesn't know. Unfortunately, Antis skipped ling speed, so there aren't any really easy ways for him to scout his opponent and check the drone counts. He can't check the drones here at the natural or at the third base, which would be a tell. Because of that, Roaches are coming across the map, and I believe they are just scouted by Antis, and he needs spines. And this may be a little bit too late. He does cancel his third base. He's still stuck on 2 bases. 1 spine may not be enough, mate. As JonSnow is 100% all in, down 10 workers, flooding Lings behind this, has a couple of Ravagers as well. If the Roach Warren falls, like, Antis will only have slow Lings to work with. Again, that's why one Spine isn't enough. But maybe it is. Here we go, the Lings do rush in, they do tank a lot of shots, they will be cleaned up, but again, the Roaches of JonSnow are superior here. They just pounce on everything. The Spine finishes. Oh god, but it's just gonna be biled down. Here we go, the Queens are putting in a lot of work, let's be real here. They are going to have enough energy for a transfuse, and there we go, he does just barely keep one of his Roaches alive. Oh, is it going to be enough? The Spine Crawler falls. Like, Antis has 600 minerals to work with, he's just making Roaches though. There we go, another Spine finally, but it's a little bit too late, and it looks like the Roach Warren will go down. Now he's taking this seriously. Oh god, he's remaking the Roach Warren. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Link speed, so these Lings that he should be producing just aren't gonna cut it. And JonSnow, he's powering on through, has to be careful not to overextend. He does lose one of his Ravagers. What's also important is that Antis hasn't lost any of his workers. The workers that he's lost are just morphing into buildings. And with this, it looks like Antis will just barely hold on, especially with the completion of all three of these spines. Right now, I'm just waiting to see if JonSnow is going to drone up. Oh boy. Here we go. The spines, they move on forward. I love this. Antis going for a Spire. Ooh, oh my god. Being very cheeky here. Again, like, I'm fairly confident, and I'm sure he's confident as well, that this position is not going to be broken with all these Queens, Roaches, and Spines. But JonSnow, he's still rallying across the map, and the Lings are getting a surround! Oh my god, he gets a full surround on these Roaches. Show me the Biles, papi, and the Biles are not going to connect. Oh my god, he actually doesn't get the Queen. Oh my god. At least he keeps the Ravagers alive. JonSnow, what is this, round 3? Gonna try and go for round 3 to break his opponent. Biles are kind of landing. Mutas are a win condition, by the way. None of this shoots up. Ooh, nice dodge with that Spine. Is it gonna be enough? The Lings, they do flood in. They try to get some surrounds on these Roaches. Biles are gonna try and connect, but again, nice dodges from Antis. One Spine finally goes down. But again, it took so much just for a single Spine. And Mutas are coming out! And that's gonna be it! Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, a couple more Biles are landing, and the Lings are now flooding in once again to close that distance, but the Lings are just not cutting it here. Like, JonSnow, he's just not getting any momentum, mate. It's just not happening. And now the Mutas reveal themselves. Oh my god, this will force JonSnow to commit everything that he can here, because he knows that everything will eventually die. What can he achieve? Yo, he's finally making some headway here. The Spines are falling, the Queens are falling. But can he get into the economy? That's the question, and it looks like the answer is gonna be no. GG gets called. And Antis, with a very strong defense, will take the series, and he will qualify for DreamHack North America. Congratulations, Antis. Very solid hold there. Oh my god. GG. Well played, Antis. Well played. I'm sure Sugar in the chat is very happy with him. As I think he's the last player to make it through. And honestly, this is a pretty big result, because Antis didn't just win 3-1. Like, the only map that Antis lost was when he played Protoss. This could have easily been a 3-0. And that's impressive against a player of the likes of JonSnow. Damn. GG. Well played. Well played. And with that, Antis, he joins the likes of Maples, Pure Legacy, Semper, Vindicta, a lot of Terrans, oh my god, Patty Mac, and Dolan. as the players qualifying for DreamHack North America. There is only one series left, and that is Asuna versus Binsky. I believe that is being casted by Chicken Man. So if you want to tune into that series, then head on over to Chicken Man's channel. He is covering that last series, the last qualifying match. Maybe Zombie Grub as well. I'm not 100% certain. Yes, as they are tied up 1-1. Ooh, as I just checked, Zombie Grub is offline. It is currently just Chicken Man remaining. So yeah, wow, what a series, mate. What a series. Oh, and you know what? Before I forget, mate, we got payouts. Yo, who didn't believe in our boy Antis? Who didn't believe? Let's go manage prediction outcome. Oh my god, a lot of people. Oh my god, 10k on JonSnow, mate. Ooh, Antis does it, mate. He does it. Beautiful, beautiful. And with that, that is the end of our broadcast today. Sure, I could wait and maybe try to jump in mid-series into Binsky versus Asuna. But I mean, Chicken Man already has that. It's fine. He can cover that. And we can just give him a raid after this. Give him some love. Give him some love. As I'm pretty sure. Oh, apparently Rotterdam is going for he's gonna go for Binsky versus Asuna. Interesting. So because of that, let me just quickly check here. Who is streaming right now? Other than Chicken Man. Otherwise we'll just raid Chicken Man. Neuro is streaming. Golden is streaming. Shout out to Golden. Oh, Pili Pili is as well. Those are the major ones. Oh, and Dastan. Now we'll give it to Chicken Man. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope everyone had a good time. I hope everyone enjoyed the cast as well. I know I didn't have a co-caster today, unfortunately. Milk was going to cast with me, but his internet was unstable. So because of that, he did have to dip out in game 1. So a bit of a feels bad, man. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my cast here. Probably not the best, again, because I am just solo casting. My voice is a little bit strained as a result. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun covering all this NA StarCraft. I'm a little bit sad that I didn't get to cover Patty Mac's qualifying match, but at least he did make it through. Again, massive shout out to Patty Mac for making it through. One of the CranKy Ducklings going to be representing in DreamHack North America. And yeah, it's been a great day of StarCraft. Great day. A bit of downtime, to be fair, which was less than ideal, but still a great day of StarCraft. With that, I guess I also wanted to give a shout out to Milk. Even though Milk couldn't join me today, he does stream sometimes over on his own channel, Milk and Cookies, with 4 S's or 3 S's, it's one or the other. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. Unfortunately, he couldn't join me today. And yeah, outside of that, our next broadcast is going to be in, I believe, 4 hours. Let me just quickly check here. Our next broadcast, yes, is going to be in 4 hours and 49 minutes. That is going to be DreamHack Oceania closed qualifiers. I'm going to be casting that alongside Yakuzaku, and we will be covering Starduck versus Risky. That'll be the first series that we cast. So a bit of a ZVP. So again, if you want to stay tuned, or if you want to maybe go for a nap and wake up for that, that's exactly what I'm going to do. For Oceania. That's going to be our second broadcast of the day. And then straight after Oceania, we're going to have like an hour break and then dive into DreamHack China. So plenty of StarCraft here on the CranKy Ducklings tomorrow in less than 24 hours. If you're in the region of North America and those broadcasts aren't at a very good time because you have to sleep, I understand completely. We are going to be live with DreamHack Latino America. I'm going to be casting that alongside Darking, and we will be following our Ducklings, Eric and Ryu, as they make it through. If you look at the Latin America closed qualifier brackets, feels bad, man. Feels bad. Eric and Ryu, if they win their round 1 matches, which they most likely will, it's a Duckling team kill. Duckling team kill, man. Yeah. Eric versus Ryu. It's gonna be live. It's gonna be here on our channel, and it's gonna be insane. An insane ZvZ. They've faced each other many times in the finals of Sentimiento Latino and Copa Hyperion. They're some of the best Zerg players in all of Latino America, alongside Cham. But one of them will rise, and the other will get knocked down to the lower bracket. Feels bad, man. Like, I mean, it's basically confirmed that we will have at least one CranKy Duckling in Latin America DreamHack. Ideally, we have two. We had two last season, so it'd be great for us to have two this season. But for the team kill to happen, does feel bad. Does feel bad. But we'll watch it. But we'll watch it and we'll cast it. It's gonna be amazing. And yeah, those are gonna be that's gonna be it when it comes to the closed qualifiers from us, from the CranKy Ducklings. If you want more of us, we are also going to be the official ESL stream for DreamHack Oceania, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and China. So we will be there. We won't be streaming on this channel. We will be streaming on ESL_SE2B. Over on that channel instead. So again, if you're interested in those regions, if you want to tune into us on a different platform, on an ESL stream, then we will be there. When it comes to the other regions like North America and Latin America, we were able to be the B stream for a couple of days last season. This season, it's unsure whether or not we will. I know that Steadfast and some of the other, and Alpha X and Rushi and all of them, and Biomorph, I know that they have also been, like, you know, growing their channels and getting more opportunities. So I don't know if they're going to be handling the B stream and just them, or if we're also going to have an opportunity as well. It's a little bit uncertain. We'll keep you updated. If you want to be updated, be sure to join our Discord. !socials in the chat to have a look at all of our social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, YouTube, and Twitch. I guess. Hit that follow button, follow us here, and thank you everyone for tuning in. If you want to support us, it's still September. You can subscribe to the channel, and all the money that we make on Twitch and Patreon all goes to the tournaments that we run, the tournaments that we sponsor, and the players that we have contracted. Like Patty Mac, like Starduck, like Eric, Ryu, Oreo, and Neo. So, yeah. Oh, God. So, yeah, if you want to tune into that, then, yeah. If you want to support us, and if you want to support the players and the scene, then go for it. Otherwise, a follow is all we ask. And, yeah. See, slowly ran. Piglet didn't qualify. Piglet did not qualify. He didn't. He got knocked out by Quantel in a TVP. Yeah, we did cast Piglet beat Probe. This is true. Piglet popped off. Mate, he didn't just beat Probe. Piglet beat Pez as well. Like, Piglet's TVP was insane. Not so much against Southeast Asian PvP, though. TVP, I should say. Piglet did not qualify for the main event. Oh, sorry, for the closed qualifier. Unfortunately. Neither did Oreo. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But Starduck did. So Starduck is going to be there. And with that, thank you everyone for tuning in. I am ready to quickly get some breakfast and pass out, wake up in 5 hours, and cast some more StarCraft. See you then. Ciao. Wait, hold on. Congratulations, Patty Mac. We'll see you guys next time.